You also, as you know what I did. Yeah. So uh, today we will start where we left with. The last class, an introductory class, we discussed that what is data structure, what is the necessity of it, so why it is important for you to learn data structure. Data structure is very important and mandatory subject. Without the knowledge of this subject, you will not be able to get into IT industry, right? Because according to the from the system, from the environment, what input you will be getting from the client to develop a software. So you have to think about the data at the same time, right? Because the information will be converted, right? So information will be converted into data, and after that, once we have the data in raw data, rather, we have to convert this raw data into the relevant one, and that to get it the relevance of the data. We have to organize the data um, according to our design. Whenever you will go develop a software, first you have to think about the design, the data flow, right? And uh, with those data, how to process the data according to the requirement of the client. You have to arrange the data using a particular data structure. Okay, so developing the data structure, ultimately the database means how will you arrange the data in your database from the data structure, because the program will work on the data structure, and whenever you are working on the data, so uh, uh, data from the data structure will be posted to your database. So it will be posted in an arranged manner, right? So whatever we'll be getting, we'll be working on, that is especially on the abstract data type. So what is abstract data type? You will get a lot of definition regarding abstract data type, but why it is abstract? Could anybody tell me why it is abstract? Whenever you will be starting the definition of data structure, you will get this term. Data structure define the abstract data type. Why it is abstract? Anybody tell me, answer me, why it is abstract? Without any hesitation, you just tell me, right? You just consider it as a discussion. It's not that if you fail to answer, I will be scolding on you, right? Just feel free to answer from your common sense. What do you mean by abstract data type? Tell me. Hmm? Respond. Hello. Ohona, Onkit, Ovijit, why are you silent? Could you hear me? Hello?
Sir, hello sir.
হ্যাঁ সবাই চুপ করে কেন? Why are you silent? I asked a question না? বল।
Sir, like in data type, we mention what it is of like in float, but means in abstract, it will not be mentioned, and the data type may behave means what to say that its behavior will be of uh,
হুম
হ্যাঁ স্যার বলছি
হুম all of you try. All of you try to answer. Think about this. Okay. See, just getting some definition by heart will be of no use until and unless you feel the essence of the definition. So you will not get interested and you will forget. So once you feel the importance, once you feel the essence, once you feel the implication, so you don't have to remind, you don't have to keep in your mind definitions of this. by
Sir,
words.
sir, like in array, like any form means any integer or in a float form, we can give the inputs, and that way it will return.
Yeah, you are touching a bit. Not you actually not you didn't hit the an actual sense. Uh, nobody else will answer. Hmm? 27 people are there, almost percent attendance, if I say. But see, this is an interactive session. It's not that I will be teaching the classes and you will be listening. Then it will not work that way. Okay, it will be of no use. So you have to be interactive with this because always any to be a sellable person, a productive person, you have to be interactive. It may be wrong, it may be right. Okay, so nothing is absolute in that sense, but you have to be interactive, right? Already I have given a hint. Just to start with, when I started telling about that, what is the necessity, right? What happens in actual real life, right? So already I have given the hint. I told you about the database, right? Now there is a delicate difference between the database and the data structure what we are studying. See, data for example, you take the example of structure. When we define a structure, right, and when we work on data, means when we declare a variable, so each and every member of the variable has a data, right, contains a data. So these data actually will be stored in database. In database, it is a schema, we say table, and each and every record is called a tuple, right? So the database, whenever I talk about the database, it is associated with your permanent memory, right? And whenever you are working on the data structure, means structure that is from the program, it is associated in your RAM, isn't it? So through data structure, maintaining the data structure, each and every record, data of each and every record will be posted or will be saved in your database. So database is the real data. Database is the real physical entity of your data, of the data, right? But data structure, what it does, it channelizes the data having a particular format to get it stored in your database. So in that sense, the structure will play as an abstract role, right? It is from the upper end, top end, but in the background, actual database holds the actual data, actual table, actual schema, right? So in that sense, that designing, that blueprint, whenever we define a data structure, we design a blueprint, right? I told you so many times, whenever you are defining a data structure, the structure will not occupy any space in memory, right? When we declare a variable, it takes a space, right? So that structure actually works as a blueprint, maintaining which will help us to arrange the data or to maintain the data, to have the data in a proper format, maintaining which it will be saved in the database. Got that point? Any? Hello?
No, sir.
Got it, na?
No,
So you
sir.
will
No, sir.
not get the
Yes.
definition in this way in any book. You will get a lot of junk words, right? That implies same. But if you don't feel it, what is happening in practical life, in real life, in industry, you will not be able to get the knowledge in that sense, right? So anyways, we started with this introductory class. We tried to uh, tell you that what is data structure, why will you study, and I think I told about the searching, right, in the last class. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Linear
Yes, sir.
linear
Yes,
search
sir.
and binary search.
And binary search, right? And I also told you we will discuss the complexity, right? That is actually there in your syllabus.
Stack.
Complexity, huh?
Stack.
I can hear.
Stack.
Not stack. Stack is different thing. I told about the searching, binary search and linear search. And I told you next day we will discuss on the complexity. Time complexity means your algorithm or your process, how much time your algorithm, your program is taking for the execution, right? CPU time. Okay, so that is very, very important. Whenever you will be starting data structure, in each and every moment you have to think about the time complexity. Two major time complexities are there. One is time measure complexity, another is space measure complexity. But nowadays we don't bother about the space measure complexity because we can have space at very low price as and when recorder, as and when required. So having a space is not an issue. Okay. So we discard the concept of this space complexity. So we generally bother about the time complexity, right? So always you have to think about that you have to develop a software or you have to develop a program which will take minimum time. You have to optimize your logic in that way, right? So many algorithms can be available to solve a particular problem, right? For a particular program. But which one will be best? That will depend which program will take minimum time. That's the best complexity, right? Now, the complexity is of three types. One is best case, another is worst case, another is average case. This all thing I think I discussed in your CS 201 class also. This is just a recapitulation of that class. So we have to mathematically find out how we can find us complexity, time complexity for a particular problem. So here now, so I told you that binary search is much more faster. So only this disclaimer will be of no use until and unless we prove it mathematically, right? So this is what we will discuss. Let me start a presentation. Okay. A presentation on the mathematical derivation, and this is important for your exam also, right? Could you see the entire screen or a portion of this? Could you see the entire screen or a
Yes, sir.
portion?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, the entire screen.
A
Yes,
particular
sir.
portion or entire
Say entire screen.
screen, huh?
Yes, sir.
Fully, sir.
Okay, fine. So the complexity of this material I will be giving you in your classroom. Okay. So we also I think discussed with an example here. This is another example. Here, these are the keys stored in array, for example, right? Now, we have to find, let's say, we will be finding 23, right? Select the middle here, 23, we will be finding out. So, we have to compare these 23, this version to select this 23 to 17 array, select the 56. Naturally, here we are finding 23 is greater than 16, so we divide so the salary of 16, right? Select the middle element 16, 23, right? We are actually here searching 23, the element 23, right? So, in the first iteration, according to the algorithm, always we have to split the data in half, right? We have to always shrink the data in half of the size. So, now how to make it? We will come, since this, I told you that there is a constraint, there's a condition for the binary search to be possible, that array must be sorted. Array must be sorted either in ascending order or in descending order. If it is not sorted in raw form, to perform binary search, first you have to sort the data using any sorting algorithm. After you get the array sorted, you can only perform these algorithm binary search. So when it is sorted, now what we'll do, every time we will find the mid element. Here this 16 is the mid element, let's say, right? Now we have to compare the element to be searched as 23 is greater than or less than the value of the mid element. Here it is greater 16, mid element 16 is greater than is less than 23, so we can discard the left part of the array, right? So now our list of consideration will be on only the right part. Got it? Okay. Now select the mid element 56. Always after making it half, we will just continue the same logic. We will find out the mid element and again compare the value of the mid element with the value to be searched. Here 23 is being compared with the 56. So it is less than, it is 50 is greater than. So we can discard this right part. Okay. Now only this 23 and 38 is left with, right? Again, now select the middle element, it is 23. Okay, 0 plus 1 by 2 means 0, this one 23. Now this element is hit actually. Okay, so this way we can find out the element in very minimum time in comparison to the linear search. In linear search, what do we do? We have to search the element right from the beginning to the end. So we are actually always, we consider the worst case complexity, means worst case complexity takes the maximum time, right? And I can ask you one question before I complete. Answer me that as I told you that base case, average case and minimum case. Okay, it depends on what factor. Algorithm is fixed. For a particular algorithm to solve a particular program or problem, there may be 3 cases of complexity: best case, average case, worst case. So it depends on what factor. Could anybody answer?
How many time it requires?
Sir, best case will be when the searched or the target element will be in the first means will be available at the first. Means the first
Exactly.
element will be the target element,
Hmm.
and worst case will be the one when the target element will be the last element.
Exactly.
Means it will be found at the last. And
Exactly.
average is that which will
It
be
may be placed somewhere
find
in
in the middle,
mid place, right? Somewhere in the
mid
mid.
place.
Right? Now, so it depends on what factor. In a single word, it depends on which.
Time.
It depends on the factor, on the particular position of the key given, supplied by the user. So it is not in our hand. It is not within the developer's hand. developer has developed a program that is a general program, and now whether the program will give the maximum worst case complexity, or it will get the best case complexity, or it will get the average case complexity, it depends on the choice of the user, which particular record or which particular element he or she wants to search. Got it? Don't confuse with the efficiency of the algorithm with this. I told you that time complexity, whenever your logic should be optimized, right? Each and every logic may have 3 types of complexity. Got it? Let's say you have a 10 algorithms for to solve a particular problem. Got it? Each and every 10 algorithm will have 3 types of complexity. One is best, average, and worst case. Because from beforehand, it depends on the user now which particular key he wants to find out. It doesn't depend on the efficiency of the program. Got it? It doesn't depend on your logic. Your logic is same for a particular program. But 3 types of complexity, or 3 types of time we can get, means the program can take to process. Got it? So don't get confused with these 2. Got it, na? Hello? Understand?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, understood.
So now, so we this way we have found, if this is found, then this way we have got the element. Now for the mathematical, how will you analyze this one in mathematical? See, for first iteration, the length of array is n. It is in general, when we derive a general formula, a general function. Complexity means you have to find out, you have to develop a function in terms of n. N means number of inputs, means array size. Got it? Here n is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So n is a variable, here n is 10. Got it? So it depends on the number of inputs. So we have to, whenever we will generalize this, so let's say this array contain n number of elements. Got it? So first, in first iteration, what we are doing? We are starting our searching in a particular half of the array, not the entire array. Got it? So we are splitting the entire array by half. That's why in first iteration what we are doing, length of array is n. Sorry, in second iteration, when we will start searching, the length of the array gets reduced by 2. So it's n by 2. Got it? In third iteration, again, see here, this is n by 2. We are discarding this one, so n by 2 half. Again in third iteration, we are again splitting the array into half, so it's half. So in this way it will be continued. So in third iteration also, in third iteration, again n by 2 by 2. Are you getting now? Are you getting?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Yes,
In each
sir.
and every iteration, what we are doing, we are just reducing the array size by half. So first iteration, in second iteration n by 2, third iteration n by 2 by 2. So n by 2 square. Let's say it took k number of iterations to hit the element. So in kth iteration, what is the length of the array? N by 2 to the power k. Got it? Okay. Hello.
Yes, sir. Got it.
N by 2 to the power k. In k, when we are getting the element, we can find the element. It will be n by 2 to the power k. Now, what is the probability of this? If we can hit, if the element is found, then probability will be 1, conditional probability. Got it? Means how many trial you have to go through to hit a particular event. Conditional probability, could you recall the probability? Right? So if
Yes, sir. Equal to 1.
we can find the element, the value of this will be 1. Right now? Okay. For number of occurrences, when we can find an element after number of occurrences, if we find the element, if the number of occurrences is k, for this n number of elements, it will be 1 conditional probability. So n by 2 to the power k will be 1, then this one. So now you have to find out the value of k. The value of k will be this, log n to the base 2. From this, if you find the value of k, it will be log n to the base 2. তাই তো?
হ্যাঁ স্যার।
হ্যাঁ, বুঝতে পারছিস তো সবাই?
হ্যাঁ
হ্যাঁ,
স্যার,
স্যার।
বুঝতে পারছি।
হ্যাঁ স্যার, বুঝতে পারছি।
Now you compare this complexity with the linear search. This is the worst case complexity. Now, in worst case complexity for linear search, how many iterations will be it will take? The in maximum is worst case. The maximum iteration means maximum number of elements. If the n number of elements is there, so it will be n. So instead of log n to the base 2, that will be n, right? Right?
হ্যাঁ স্যার।
If there are 1024, 1024 number of elements are there in array, in worst case, we need to have the comparison 1024 times. Got it? But here, you just put 1024 here. Value of n will be 1024, number of elements in array. Now 1024, if you write this 1024 in the form of 2 to the power in x suffix, so 2 to the power 10, 2 to the power 10 is 1024, isn't it? So now what is the value of k?
10.
10. So over there in linear search, we got the 1024. If a particular searching a particular iteration takes 1 microsecond, in case of linear search, it will take 1024 microseconds. But here in binary search, it will take only 10 microseconds. So now can you feel how much faster it is? Got it?
Yes sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So that is you have to write in exam also. You may get a question that what means, just write the algorithm for binary search and the linear search, or discuss the linear search and binary search, and also compare the complexity in terms of also find out the efficiency in terms of complexity, right? Or compare the efficiency of these searches in terms of complexity. Then you have to, according to the weightage of the question you will get, you can just write down this answer, this log n or whether n, and if you are asked to derive the complexity mathematically, you have to derive this one. It's very easy, right? Just few steps. Got it? And so that's all from the binary search. And I have here, now I will show you the programming. Okay, have you written the code in binary search in CS201? How many people have been able to write the code?
স্যার
Anyone of you have written the code? হ্যাঁ, করেছিলিস? কোড লিখেছিলিস কেউ?
হ্যাঁ স্যার।
লিখেছিস? কোড লিখেছিস? ঠিক আছে, সবাই তো
স্যার
লিখেছিস।
ডিসেন্ডিং অর্ডারে সর্ট করে লিখতে বলেছিলেন।
হ্যাঁ, definitely, exactly, ঠিক। And if it is for just to test the program, you can get the input in ascending or sorted order, or if it is unsorted, then you have to first get it sorted. So this is the program. Okay, now input number of elements in the array. First you have to take the input and scanf the number element to be searched. Okay, again see, this is not indented. I told you when always try to maintain indentation for these. So this way you will make indentation. Otherwise, it is mandatory in actually in your uh, industry. Otherwise, no one will check your program. So this one, okay. So here we are actually taken a loop, and before that we initialize the boolean value. If is zero means by default we consider that it is not found. Okay. Now so we are just uh, L is the last boundary. If the number of element is n, then definitely n minus 1 because array index starts from 0. If there are 5 elements are there, so L will be last index of the last element will be your 4. So n minus 1, 5 minus 1, 4. That's why we have taken another variable and stored the value deducted by 1, and from f is also an f is a starting counter. Okay, and c flag, we have taken a boolean variable flag. By default it is false, means it is not found. If whenever the data will be found, we will convert it into 1, right? And at the after loop we will be checking the status of the flag. So here what we are doing, we are always uh, finding the mid index of the array to be considered, of the list to be considered in each and every iteration, and we are comparing, we are checking whether the value is hit or not, the value is found, the keyword we are searching, whether it's found, whether it matches with the mid element, value of the mid element or not. If it is found, then flag will be 1, flag will be converted by 1. By default it was 0, and break, we don't need to proceed again in the loop. Else if it is not found in a particular iteration, we will check where that element to be searched is placed, whether it is left side of the array or of the right side of the mid element, whether it is left side of the mid element of the array or it is right side of the mid element of the array. So if it is less than, then we have to make it half. How? We are just we are changing the lower boundary of the value a minus 1. It is within the left side of the array. So now onwards we will be comparing from first value to the value which is just left side of the mid element. That's why a minus 1. And else just a minute. Else it will be right side, so f will be m plus 1. Okay, so now this way we are adjusting the whether it will be left side or right side this way, and again we will be spreading this one by half, and this way it will be continued. And f is the first value, means that your beginning or lower boundary, or l is your means what to say, upper boundary. Okay, and f holds the index for the first, and l holds the index of the your upper boundary, last element. Okay, so if it is found, the value found. If it is not found, then okay, and this way it will continue. So let us run the program. Compile and run. Input number of elements in the array. Okay, 2, 4, 7, 9, 10, 15, 10, 12, 14, 16, 20, 25, 30. Input 10 values in ascending order. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Roster. Nine, 10, 10, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Input the value to be searched, 14 value is found at one position. I think it has been already in program. It is searched for 14, I think. Let's say, see, scan here I input the value to be searched. No, it is not. Input the value to be searched. Uh, I think there is a problem for the it is not working. I think a flash must be there or something, some execution problem is there. I think. Let us start the program again. Just a minute. Input percentage value, printf, scan is for input percentage ascending order. To be searched in input number of elements in array. Okay, if it is something input percent value in ascending order. Scan if this. Acha, here this is the value to be searched, right? In and it holds input the value. Now input the value to be searched this. I can in then number of elements. Acha, again just a minute. I have given the wrong input actually. That's why you are getting problem. First of all, we have to choose how many elements out of 100 we will be supplying. Okay, so compile and run. Input number of elements in array. Number of elements in the input number of input number of elements. Let's say I have given the 6 input 6 values in ascending order. Okay, now it's fine. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, now it will be asked to input the value to be searched 16. Input the value to be searched in 16. Value not found. The last one 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
सर 15 ही खत्म हो जाएगा रेंज.
I have exactly. I have given one extra, na. That's why. I have given 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's why last element has been taken as a value to be, as a key to be searched. That's why. Okay, let us start again. Got it. So if you run, let's say it is 6. Just a minute. 6. 13, 14, ঠিক আছে 15 ঠিক আছে. Now input the value to be searched. I am giving let's say 13. 13 value is found at third position. 1, 2, 3, 4. So because I have given, I have started from the 0. So whenever I will be actually, it will be from the end user. He or she will maybe confused because it is actually, you can see it is actually in the 4th position, but in our program, since we have given the index 0, so whenever we will be writing the output, we have to write making one extra, means here this will be x plus 1, right? X plus 1, got it na? Here the index,
Yes sir.
So that's why here 4th element in our array means it is the 5th one, or if it is the 3rd element in array means it is the 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, 3. It is the 4th one. Got it? So from the user, it will he must not have any idea about the array. So you will just consider it in general way. So it will be plus 1. Got it? Then it will be fine. So this is your implementation of binary search. So let us stop here today's discussion. I think it's 2:54. So any doubt? giving you the code also in your classroom. So any doubt from the today's discussion?
No,
Hmm?
sir. No, sir. Everything is clear.
Everything is fine. Okay. Hmm. So I will be uh, giving a new assignment after I get the last assignments completed from all of you by Wednesday. Got it? So you try to submit by Wednesday. Wednesday evening, I will be giving a new assignment. After that, we will. I think we have completed the first module, uh, main part of the first module, and we will proceed to the next part. Okay. And I will take some. I will take some lab also at the time of this theoretical class, and I will try to different slot what you got in your practical uh, class. Okay, that
Okay.
also I will try
Sir,
to. Anyways, huh?
স্যার জয়তী ম্যাম বলেছিল আপনাকে আস্ক করতে যে স্যার ওই প্র্যাকটিক্যাল ল্যাব ম্যানুয়াল গুলো আমরা কোথায় সাবমিট করব?
Google Classroom में submit करो.
আচ্ছা আচ্ছা।
What you did, na, that you have to submit. You have to submit soft copy, right? What you actually
ইয়েস
used
স্যার।
to do, just that manual, lab manual, what you did in your CS 291, same thing you will be doing in soft copy, right? That also you can
ওকে স্যার।
submit or let that will be think later on, right? So it is publicly available, so no problem, I think. So that will be that will so time is there, enough time is there for that. First, you just complete all the assignments first, okay? So that in the last of the semester when we'll be completing all the modules, then we will think what to do with this, right? Okay.
Okay. Actually, ma'am has given 5 programs to write that. That is why she was asking to consult with sir.
You just write the program, okay, and I will also check the program. So I think better if you submit it in that in a particular folder in classroom. I will talk to Joy in this regard, and over there only you
Okay.
have to submit all the assignments, right? Fine.
Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
So finally, you will be preparing a final copy, and that will be your last one. Okay, when all the
Okay, sir.
programs will be there. Okay, fine. Bye. Take care, all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Mm.
Thank you, sir.
Mm.